They were definitely going upstairs.
They were going in for a nightcap. Oh, we've blown the lid wide off this thing. Hey everybody, welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a lifelong Hallmark movie fan.
And I'm Wendy, and apparently I hate strudel.
Today we're discussing The Wedding Cottage, which originally aired on Saturday, April 15th on the Hallmark Channel. If you want to connect with us outside of the podcast, we'd love for you to follow us on Instagram, where we're both at Girls Gone Hallmark and at Megan and Wendy.
Jump into our Facebook group, Girls Gone Hallmark. Lots of strudel talk and some fantastic art to go with.
Yeah.
Thanks to listener Mike. Or you can always email us, meganandwendy@gmail.com.
Oh, we want to take a minute and thank every single one of you who's taken a minute to leave a review for Girls Gone Hallmark, especially those of you who leave nice reviews.
Thank you.
I want to read one. The most recent review came in this weekend from Paula F59. I've been a fan of Hallmark movies for years, and last year discovered the Girls Gone Hallmark podcast and the wonderful community they've built. As best friends, their back and forth seems so spontaneous and is very funny, but with all this humor, they provide high-quality reviews. They also have a great relationship with their listeners. It really is a community, a very inclusive, open-minded community.
Why are you looking at me that way?
I don't know. You're making a face.
I was going to say like, boom. That's right. You take it 1-star reviewer.
We haven't addressed this on the podcast, but you can view the 1-star review in Apple Podcasts right before you leave a 5-star review of your own. Didn't like our liberal politics on the show. And I'm sorry, I think by liberal politics mean we like everybody and would like to see them all represented on Hallmark. So I'm so sorry we don't hate gay people on your behalf.
There it is. There it is. Yes, I think I'm still suffering from a little bit of jet lag because I don't even remember when we talked about that. Like when you told me, was I on my trip when you sent me that?
No, I think it was before that.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't really recall. So thanks to everybody who heard the siren cry for we need your positive reviews.
Exactly. Hey, let's talk Hallmark news and notes.
Okay. I don't really have many.
No, it's light. I dug through. But we do know that Hallmark has announced that When Calls the Heart will return with a new season this July. The Hardys are excited about that.
That's great. That's a show we don't watch and probably won't.
No, it's too many seasons deep at this point.
Can't.
If you want to know what's happening on Hallmark in May, you can visit meganandwendy.com. We have a lineup of the new movies coming to Hallmark.
I got to tell you, I'm kind of excited for a few of them.
Tell me.
Dream Moms with Tamara Mowry Housley.
Oh, yeah.
They had like Broadway aspirations. And then it's a story of it's never too late to become who you want to be. Kind of into it. It's never too late to be your true self, right?
Yeah.
Or to go after your dreams. So I just hope like we don't see like a mom versus mom type nastiness. I just want like, let's lift everybody up.
Yeah. What about Jodie Sweetin's new movie?
I'm looking forward to that too. When I posted that blog post, it had a different name, different title.
Indeed.
It was super long. I don't remember what it is. But right now it's called The Jane Mysteries, Inheritance Loss. And BTW, do you know it's about like a MLM mystery?
I did not know
If you don't know what an MLM is, it's a multi-level marketing
scheme.
There it is. And so she is like investigating it. I was like, ooh, can it be about leggings or about, what else is there? Face products, something.
Yeah. Give us that Lula Rich gossip.
Yeah.
We're also getting a Hannah Swenson mystery. Now, I watched the first Murder, She Baked movie.
Did you?
And I really enjoyed it, actually. I thought it was really cute. And I posted about it on our Instagram, and we got some feedback that Originally the series was Murder, She Baked, and then it changed to the Hannah Swenson Mysteries, and someone suggested that perhaps they had lost the Murder, She Baked licensing. I don't have truly did no further research, but more than one person reached out and said when it switched to the Hannah Swenson Mysteries, they were not enjoyable anymore. And they even said some of the characters completely changed, like not a recast. They like made her sister an entirely new sister. I have not watched all of the Hannah Swenson series, but the first one was real cute.
Would I like it?
It's impossible to tell.
Okay. Can we talk about Love in Zion National?
I mean, I'd rather not.
Eeks. Eeks is all I'm going to say about it.
I just don't know why they do this to Cindy Busby.
Why is she always in some sort of outdoorsy movie?
Let's not make Chasing Waterfalls Part 2.
I just don't want to be blamed for woman-on-woman crime, so I will refrain from saying anything right now.
I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Let's hear a synopsis of The Wedding Cottage.
A wedding guide creator must convince an uninspired artist and owner of a special wedding cottage to renovate the rundown cottage to host a contest-winning couple for their dream wedding. Oof. Drink every time you say cottage or wedding. Jeez Louise. Starring Erin, Krakow, and Brendan Penny.
This movie was directed by Terry Ingram, who directed 5 of the 6 Wedding Veil movies, 3 Wise Men and a Baby, Winter in Vale. He's a prolific Hallmark director. They got the big guns for this movie.
Yeah. Funny enough, same scriptwriters as The Wedding Veil as well.
Mm-hmm.
Judith Berg and Sandra Berg.
Yes.
Like, they like to write about weddings, I guess, huh?
Evidently. Maybe Terry Ingram likes to work with those writers.
Maybe he likes to make movies about weddings.
Maybe.
I don't know. I got to tell you, though, when I was watching it, like when it said directed by Terry Ingram, I was like, hey, this is going to be a good one.
I agree. Of course, Erin Krakow stars in this movie. I was surprised to see that she only has 18 acting credits. However, she's been on a couple series. She was in 18 episodes of Army Wives, which is a show that I watched every episode of. It was a Lifetime series that has since ended. She, of course, stars on When Calls the Heart, which has had a number of seasons. But her last Hallmark movie was in 2021, and it was Always You.
Fan favorite.
Fan fave.
Is it just because Tyler Hynes, isn't it? And that's why it's a fan favorite?
I think people enjoy their chemistry. I liked that movie. You liked it less. I haven't been willing to re-listen to our review of that movie because I get, it was 2 years ago. I worry about what we might have said.
Oh, I definitely talked about hair in that movie for sure. And she had some weird bangs that I thought was a wig that I remember you telling me that it wasn't a wig.
Definitely was not.
So I thought her hair was real cute in this movie.
Me too. It's on my list.
Okay. Did you know this movie was based on a book?
I did.
A Cottage Wedding by Leigh Duncan. You didn't already talk about that, did you?
No, I just have it on my list.
I'm telling you, I'm still suffering from jet lag. So, I'm not really listening. Sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Are we still on news and notes?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anything
I'm
else?
leaving it in. Oh yeah, I got more. You just sit there and listen. Aaron Douglas plays contractor Daryl. He was a standout role in this movie for me, and he's in several other Hallmark Mysteries movies.
Okay.
He has 114 acting credits and is perhaps best known for his role in Battlestar Galactica, a show that Wendy would never watch.
Nope. Is Will Wheaton in that?
No, Will Wheaton was in Star Trek. They're not all the same thing.
Oh boy.
And finally, this was not filmed in Vermont or New York, but in British Columbia. Let's not forget Brendan Penny also is on Chesapeake Shores. He has 56 acting credits himself. Do you have a first impression of this movie?
I do. When they say a way a man dances indicates his abilities elsewhere.
Oh my goodness. What's happening?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say about it. I very much enjoyed the slow dancing scenes in this movie.
My first impression is it was always you. Who?
Oh, you liked it better?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It could be recency bias.
The Hines fans are not going to like that.
Come for me.
Okay.
This is not Girls Gone Tyler.
Okay.
And people don't like when we like other people. Our Hallmark group is flooded with Tyler Hines fans.
Yeah.
And we're happy to have you. I think his fandom blows my mind. And I can't imagine what it would be like to be on the receiving end. Like if there was a Spicy Girls Gone Hallmark Facebook group, I don't know how that would make me feel, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be a hard thing to navigate.
Yeah.
As a human.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you like about this movie?
So I read some commentary that, it had like kind of a familiar trope,
Sure.
but I liked it.
Me too.
I just thought the movie was very easy to watch, very easy to follow, and very enjoyable.
I agree on all of those points. We can get into the weeds and we'll talk about what we liked and what we wish for, but half of my impression of a movie is not based on like what it's technically good at. Mm-hmm. It's based on like how do I feel watching it?
Right.
And am I into it? And am I like enjoying when Brendan Penny tucks Erin Krakow's hair behind her ear?
I have a note about that.
I mean, this movie gave me the warm fuzzies.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that this movie was kind of polarizing because a lot of people did like it, but not everybody thought it was a delight. But really, Erin and Brendan sold it for me. This is the best thing I've ever seen Erin in, and I've watched all the Father Christmas movies. I thought they were a great pairing.
I will say that this is probably the best thing I've seen Brendan Penny in.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, though? Maybe not, because he was in Beverly Hills Wedding, and I thought he was quite funny in that movie. Straight out of Oregon. I will never forget that line. Loved it so much. He was also in the Christmas movie last year where he was like
in Merry Measure.
He was really good in that movie, too.
You watched that after the holidays?
Yes, I did.
Because I know you didn't watch it during the holiday season.
I watched it because it did so well in our Christmas bracket. So I was like, I'm going to give it a watch. And I really enjoyed it. And I found him very enjoyable in this movie, too.
Yeah, I think we just like him.
I guess, but he's never like stood out to me as like, oh, I have to watch this Brendan Penny movie.
Yeah, is he on our shirt?
I'm going to have to look. I don't think so.
Yeah, we need to add a penny to the shirt.
Sure do.
Okay. Superficially, loved Erin Krakow's sassy little haircut.
Me too.
Love Brendan Penny's beard.
Me too. I love a scruffy look.
Me too.
Love it so much.
The only thing I wanted, put those glasses on,
Wear
man.
the glasses.
I think Brendan Penny wears glasses.
So you're saying that he should just wear them while he's like, it's a good look.
At all times, sir.
Okay.
Except for maybe occasionally. as the circumstances call for.
I thought the wardrobe for her name was Vanessa, right?
I don't know.
Erin Krakow.
As you were talking, I was like, God, I have no idea.
I know. Vanessa and I'm going to say Jake. It's probably not Jake.
Vanessa, not Jake. Give me another guess.
Tom.
4 letters, 2 syllables. Starts with a vowel.
Owen.
Evan.
Oh, I couldn't remember.
Vanessa and Evan.
Her outfits were really cute.
Yeah.
I thought there was this one where she was wearing this cute blazer and these like jeans. And I was like, I love that.
Yeah,
love
I
that
thought
look.
she was very cute.
And you could tell it was really cold too. I felt really bad for them because I could see their breath in like so many scenes. And I was like, oh, these poor people. It's like supposed to be like a spring movie and they're like freezing their buns off.
Yes.
Did you notice that I'm jumping around. I'm sorry. She only wore one particular coat in this movie.
I'm not sure I did notice
trench
that.
coat. Because it had this like metal like embellishment right here that I was like, oh, there she is in that jacket again. Anyway.
All right.
Okay, what else did you like?
I kind of enjoy the married couple story. I thought I liked their backstory.
It was so minor though. What did you
key to
enjoy
the
about
plot, I don't know. I like that like they had broken up because he didn't want to be a burden on her, and then they got back together, and now they're getting married, and she's so supportive of him, and they clearly love each other.
Okay, but nope. I have something to comment
Okay.
on that couple and my wish for.
Cool. Anything else?
Yeah. There were some funnier moments in this movie that I quite enjoyed.
Yeah.
Like when when Vanessa and Evan first meet and she's like kind of a pest and, like, me again. Yeah. And I just thought she was funny. Like she was very light compared to his kind of grouchy artist. I liked them. A lot of people talk about chemistry. I didn't think they had like fire chemistry, but I thought they like just played well together.
Okay.
Yeah,
they were.
Why are you looking at me like I'm bananas right now?
I'm just engaged in your conversation. Hey, what did you think of the leaf blower scene?
I thought it was so funny. And I hate hijinks, but it felt very real and relatable because we have a leaf blower at home that I quite enjoy using, and it can get real wild on you. So
I agree. They've got a little bit of a kick. Ours is electric. Ours does not have gas.
Mine too.
Girls Gone Hallmark community member Mike sends us his thoughts after every movie, which I appreciate. And I try to not read them too carefully before because I'm like, I don't want to absorb other people's thoughts about the movie into my own. But one thing he said is he did not like that scene. And I was like, oh, yes, because he was like, I think it falls into your category of hijinks.
Yes.
I think it could have. I thought it was played so well. He did comment like, that was a brand new leaf blower all gassed up in a house that has not been maintained for 5 years.
Fair points.
But I just thought it was kind of fun. I wouldn't know how to like start it from the back.
No, me neither. That's what was funny about it.
I loved it. I did.
Yeah. Mike's points are fair about hijinks. I'm the hijinks hater. So it could have gone another way for me, but I was enjoying the movie so much at that point.
Yeah.
That it didn't bother me. If I did not like the movie and then that happened, I'd be like,
Yeah, I liked how they kind of stayed true to a home improvement in that something always comes up. There's always like that moment where the contractor's like, I got to talk to you. Like every single person who's ever done any sort of renovation knows that moment. And you're like, oh, this is going to cost me how many thousands of dollars now? I found that very relatable.
The raccoons in the attic or whatever.
I mean, that's silly, right? But there's always going to be something. They're like, this tree is going to destroy the house.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That I thought was kind of her repairs were not for the longevity of the property. Her repairs were for this one day. So they didn't need to trim the damn tree for her day.
Yeah, she didn't need to be so invested in it.
Right.
But
then he gets the wood and he makes the thing and then
Yeah, but also Evan's argument against it is so stupid. Like it's going to grow into the house. So you obviously have to trim the tree. Like you can't be, they're not cutting it down.
Yeah.
Don't be so precious about this tree branch that it's going to destroy the home.
Yeah, but he doesn't care about the cottage at that point.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't care.
But his grandparents planted the tree.
Yeah, he cares more about the tree than the cottage, the business that they built.
There's some hanky timelines there. Okay.
Oh, yeah, because
it's a 100-year-old tree. It's a 100-year-old tree, but how old are his grandparents?
Yeah.
I think it's actually his great-grandparents. That got very confusing to me. That's also something that Mike pointed out, and the timeline which made my head go, and I was like, don't care. Not that I don't care about your feedback, Mike. I just am not invested enough in the great-grandparent timeline of it all. Gotta let it go. What'd you wish for?
No, well, I got
more.
I got two more actually.
Wow.
We did talk about their chemistry, but in that moment where they're dancing and he brushes the hair out of her face, it made me feel melty.
Yeah.
And I don't really often feel that way towards these Hallmark movies.
Did it make you want to make a meme out of that scene?
No, it made me
GIF?
wish that my husband could dance like that.
I don't even need the dancing. Just tuck my hair behind my ear.
My husband would never do anything like that.
Yeah.
But okay, and finally, I love when a town rallies around. They're gonna.
You don't always love that,
Everybody's
but okay.
involved.
Okay.
Well, I love a good montage. There was no montage in this, but I'm feeling very sentimental about this property.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was.
And I want to stay there.
Sure.
So that's why I was excited that everybody was sort of jumping in.
Yeah, to make it happen. What did you wish for?
So stop with the stupid contests. Every wedding movie that I feel like I've seen on this channel involves some sort of contest, some sort of winner, some sort of something. I hate it. I've never met somebody in my 48 years that has won a wedding.
Yeah.
Never. I just don't. Why? Why does it have to be a part of the story? Why can't she just be planning a wedding for a client?
So her job was another thing that made my brain go bzzz, because apparently she used to be a wedding planner and now she has this wedding quote, guidebook and website that apparently includes the wedding cottage, but has been closed for 5 years. So she's a terrible website manager because she does not ever check in to see if these locations are still open.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sometimes there is too many justified for the sake of the plot moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like one I'll get to. I wished one in the wedding scene when the couple is having a little bit of dance stage fright, and Evan takes Vanessa onto the dance floor, and he's like, just follow me, right?
Just follow me, dude. Yeah.
Don't stand on the dance floor. Don't steal their thunder. Like, maybe just like stand off in the shadows, dancing, not on the floor. Let them have their first dance moment.
I immediately thought, I go, this is going to invite other couples to come on the dance floor during this couple's first dance.
Yes.
Don't do that. And the guy, I know he was a wounded, he's not a vet, but has a wounded, help me here.
You know, that's a good point, actually.
How is he going back?
I was just thinking that.
How is he going back to serve if he's wounded?
Yes. Can you serve in the military with a prosthetic limb?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Somebody email us.
Yeah.
Or send us a DM or a voice memo, something. Anyway, that whole scene irritated me because it's not like he was a buffoon. He could have just like swayed back and forth. He didn't have to like twirl her around and dip her and like do the Lindy Hop. Like, just, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
I know, the whole time I was like, just sway.
Yes.
Just sway. Yes. High school slow dance it.
Fully, but I hear what you mean. Like, don't go steal those people's thunder. Don't get on the... Be out of eyesight. Put that invisible cloak on and do your dancing.
Call Kat. I also wish she would have made him work for his apology a little bit more. And when Evan discovers, by way of his art dealer, agent, Roland, that he's been featured in this article as this like down and out sculptor, he's like,
tortured artist.
She wouldn't do that. And Roland is like, she used you.
Roland doesn't even know who this woman is.
Seriously. And he's upset on his behalf, which I understand because it painted him as like this struggling artist who, you know, hadn't produced a piece in all this time. However, he initially comes to her defense and then decides that there's no other explanation other than she has told this writer these things about him. He approaches her and he's like, I can't believe you would do that. And then bounces without even saying, hey, did you say these things about me? Just accuses her. She doesn't see him again until the wedding, in which he shows up and like smoothly slow dances and apologizes. And she's like, it's all right.
Yeah.
I don't care that there's only 30 seconds left in this movie and we got to wrap it up. Make him work for it, because that is setting a precedent that he is going to make assumptions and jump to conclusions and not just have a conversation with you.
Yeah, I hear you. But I also think that there was an opportunity for her to be like, what are you talking about? Like when they're standing outside of the car, like they just had this moment the night before they fully smooched way before the end of the movie.
Yes.
And then she gives him like this awkward, like hug goodbye. She could have said like, what are you talking about?
Yes.
What are you talking about? Yes, I agree that it belongs on him.
Yes. But yeah, if it were me, I'd be like, why are you so mad at me?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? What's up your ass?
Yeah. All those things.
Yeah.
All of those things. Okay, I have one more wished for.
Okay.
Stop with the runaround with this couple. You know, when they were coming to town to see the cottage, and obviously the cottage is not ready to be seen, so they hijinks it up. Just tell, they are adults. I'm sure if you say, look, the wedding cottage was not in a state that we could have your beautiful wedding, but look at it. We're progressing. It is going to happen.
You're not paying for this wedding. Look at these renovations we did on our own dollar to give you this perfect wedding.
Stop.
Well, again, this is another one of those, there would have been no movie, but at what point do you, as the wedding planner providing this free experience to this couple, not say like, I'm sorry, that venue is no longer open. You're going to have to choose another venue for your free wedding.
Yeah, I know. And really, Vanessa's taking like paying the bill for all of these like
Yes.
renovations to a property.
How much money is
she
her
does
wedding
not
website
own.
making?
None.
And
I can tell you what ours makes. And she's new.
not none. This is the difference between her personality and mine. Because if I had shown up there and he'd been like, yeah, it's closed and I have no interest in reopening, I'd be like, bye. And I would have made a phone call. I've been like, I'm sorry, you need to pick another venue. One that has availability in the next 5 weeks.
One that doesn't have cobwebs growing from the corners or,
Seriously.
a family of raccoons living in it.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. I only have one. And I wish that I was taking notes while watching because I know that there were several, but this is the only one that comes
This
to
is
mind
not
right
the
now.
kind of thing you admit as a professional Hallmark movie reviewer.
Okay, then cut that out. Look, I had to watch this in parts. I came off of like a 14-hour travel day to watch this movie.
3 days later, by the way.
It's called jet lag. Anyway, in an early scene, Vanessa's on the video call with the couple. And
Yeah.
she has like a bag as a lower back support in her chair.
Like a purse?
Like a briefcase.
Oh.
I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Like, why did they do that?
I don't know.
It was definitely like a, why am I saying cachet bag? What is that? It looked like a carry-on bag, like right supporting her back. I was like,
attaché case. Is that the word you were looking
that's
for?
the word I was looking for. Oh my goodness, cachet bag. What the hell is that? Okay. And I have a question.
Okay.
Who writes wedding guides anymore? I know she had a website too. When I was planning my wedding 22 years ago, yes, there were books that had like locations, but now
Yeah.
there's the internet.
Yeah, and information, as evidenced in this movie, is constantly changing. So you want the ability, like your guide is outdated the second you publish it.
Right.
I can understand publishing a wedding planning how-to guide because while that may need some updates, there's value in that. But yeah, all the locations, all the vendors, all of that needs to go on a website. It is completely useless. People need a link to click.
I agree. So bad business model.
So this is a scene that I thought was interesting when I was watching it, and all credit goes to listener Mike for pointing out the reason why the connection I did not make, and that's the nightcap scene when Vanessa invites him in for a nightcap.
Tell me more.
And then Mike's like, are the Hallmark movies producers playing with us? Because this is like a, in older movies, they would let you know that the sex had happened by they would smoke a cigarette, right?
Yes.
And then we would use the term nightcap as like a euphemism, like, do you want to come up and get naked, right?
Netflix and chill. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that, when someone says you want to come in for a nightcap, that's what they mean.
Yeah.
Was Hallmark trying to allude to something more than a kiss on the cheek?
Perhaps.
I thought it was nice inside, and I'm watching it with those eyes. Look, I believe it. I believe that they had that chemistry.
That's so funny because I'm such a dummy. I heard nightcap. I go, I would never invite anybody in. I don't know what the state of my home is like, and I don't have anything to serve to drink. So,
I always think that too. When people invite someone in for a drink, I'm like, God, I would have nothing.
you got like a liquor bar cart. Just,
Seriously,
no,
like
no, I don't.
maybe I have a LaCroix, a mini Coke.
But she was looking to get freaky.
When I worry about inviting, someone because you don't know this person. This is why I would not be a good dater in the 2020s.
I would never. He would not be dropping me off at home. There's no way.
No, or like going home with someone from a bar
Was she
at the inn. Oh yeah, where's she getting a nightcap at the inn?
She was at the B&B.
She's just going up to her room, like from the mini bar.
They were definitely going upstairs.
They were going in for a nightcap. Oh, we've blown the lid wide off this thing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Are you ready to rate the Wedding Cottage?
I am.
I gave it 3.75 stars.
I'll give it 4.
Wow, nice. It was a good movie.
I liked it.
Good movie.
I'd watch it again.
Still to come this week from Girls Gone Hallmark, we will be recapping.
We'll be doing something.
It's still a recap, but our format might be changing. On Friday, Ride, episode 4.
Yeah, we need some days to figure it out, guys.
I have a question. Are you going to watch episode 3 or just listen to my recap and call it good?
I'm just going to listen to your recap and call it good.
I figured.
I can't get excited about that show. I'm sorry.
And my recap was so comprehensive, you don't even need to watch the show.
Fantastic.
You're supposed to agree with me.
You're right.
Next week, new from Hallmark, we have A Pinch of Portugal. Spring into Love continues. Hey, if you love this podcast, we love your 5-star ratings and reviews. So hop into the Apple Podcast app and tap those 5 stars and let everyone know why you love this podcast. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.